What if I told you that the society isn't collapsing because of war, famine, or poverty? It's collapsing because we are too safe, too comfortable, and too occupied. Just like an experiment with mice, which ended in total extinction. This isn't fiction, it already happened. It's called Universe 25. Back in 1960s, a man named John B. Calhoun built what he called the mouse utopia. It had perfect living conditions where the mice had unlimited food, shelter, and no predators. This place had everything a mouse could ever want. It was called Universe 25. Calhoun introduced 8 healthy mice into the paradise, and in just next 2 years, they were all gone. Not because of disease, not because of war. They had everything and still collapsed from within. Sounds familiar, right? Just look around in the modern society. We got more comfort, more technology, more safety than any other generation before us. And yet, depression is all-time high, birth rates are falling, men are getting weaker, families are being broken, and nobody knows what is going on in their life. We are not starving. We are rotting from comfort, confusion, and the slow death of meaning. In Universe 25, life began with abundance. There were no predators, there was endless food. It was a perfect mouse utopia. The mice did what any other species will do when they are safe, have endless resources to live. Yes, they multiplied like crazy. But something died in that comfort, and that thing was purpose. There was no struggle, there was no reason to fight, and no need to build anything. Without hardship, there was no growth, just a passive existence. Now let's compare this with our modern society. We live in cities where food delivery is just 10 minutes away, entertainment is 3 seconds away, and instant dopamine is on every screen. But where is the discipline? We live in a society where masculinity is mocked, femininity is confused, and identity is found in trends. We are becoming a generation of dopamine addicts with no weights on our back. And that's how the collapse of our society has begun, not with violence, but with ease. As the population of mice exploded, the space in the experiment became scarce. Mice started crowding each other. Hierarchy and social order started to collapse and break down. Dominant males started fighting for the space with other males. Meanwhile, the weaker males were beaten, rejected, and were sidelined in the enclosure. This is where it all started rotting. Now let's compare this with our modern society. Look at our cities. We are crammed in these concrete blocks, living side by side, and yet we are completely alone. Social anxiety in each person is rising. Mental health is decaying and is leading to some serious consequences. Nowadays, children are raised more by the screens than their actual parents. Phase 3 began when birth rates inside the enclosure dropped dramatically. Mothers stopped caring for their youngs. Many abandoned them entirely. Almost all mice grew isolated, passive, and withdrawn. The social structure was completely collapsed. The aggression we saw in phase 2 didn't disappear, it just transformed into apathy. A few mice still lashed out, forming violent groups that attacked others with no reason. But most just sat in silence, staring at the walls of the enclosure, just existing but not living. That's what happens when you remove struggle and discipline from your life. And if this happened to mice, what do you think is happening to us? Because we are already heading down the same path. Now let's compare this with our modern society. Today we have porn, social media and endless distraction, all engineered for cheap dopamine. It's easy, always available and requires zero to no effort. Empathy has become the silent epidemic, eating a society from the inside out. Men are afraid to lead. Women are told that they don't need men, that they should become a man, not by nature, but by movements shaped by hyper-ideological minds. People, no different from the violent, unstable mice in Universe 25, desperate to bend the society to fit their personal delusion. And the children? They are watching it all, absorbing the confusion, the rage, the nihilism. Now just imagine what that does to their ability to think clearly. The beautiful ones were perfect, physically flawless, groomed, spotless, but they were hollow from inside. In Universe 25, a group of mice stopped engaging entirely. They were not fighting, they were not mating, and they were not even parenting. They just ate, slept, and cleaned themselves. They were called the beautiful ones, and they were the last generation before extinction. Now look around our world. We got influencers and aesthetic perfection all over social media, flawless skins, filters over reality. But behind the scene, no love, no legacy, no real struggle, just endless validation loops and digital grooming. They stopped building, they stopped connecting. And just like the Universe 25, these beautiful ones won't survive, because beauty without purpose is just decay in disguise. You're not stuck in the system. You're not meant to fit inside it. You escape the trap by choosing weight, by fighting for purpose over pleasure, by choosing legacy over comfort, and by choosing discipline over ease. You stop scrolling and you start building. You cut out the noise and choose the hard path, the real path that will lead you to your success. But comfort didn't just kill the mice, it's killing you too, slowly and silently. But here's the truth. You can fight back. You can reject the system. You can become the anomaly. If you made it this far, then I already know something about you. You're not one of them. You're not hollow. You're not soft. And you are not the beautiful one. You're something else. You carry the flame. You feel the weight. You are built to resist the decay. So if this video opened your eyes, share it. And if you are ready to become the anomaly, then welcome to the resistance. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.